Well, the National Mall is home to memorials created in honor of those who fought defending our country. And now there is a new push to erect a memorial here in D.C. that would honor World War I veterans. Chris Wallace has the story.
Every day, thousands of tourists crowd the National Mall in Washington to remember those heroes who came before us. Presidents, statesmen, generals, fathers and sons. Monuments for the fallen from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam line the mall. But nothing for those who fought in the Great War, the war to end all wars.
We have national memorials to 3 of the 4 great wars of the 20th century, or what has come to be known as the American century. There is no national memorial to the war that began the American century, World War I, which marked the emergence of the United States as a true international power.
After staying neutral for 3 years, in 1917, the United States entered the conflict against Germany. Almost 5 million Americans served, many fighting and dying in the trenches in France. In 1931, the District of Columbia erected this memorial to remember its fallen residents. Edwin Fountain, director of the World War I Memorial Foundation, believes the monument should be rededicated to honor all veterans who fought.
We're not looking for anything as grand as the World War II Memorial or the Korean War Memorial, something very simple that really befits that generation. This was the generation that were the parents of the greatest generation.
In the rolling hills of West Virginia, one man is fighting to make it a reality. For Frank Buckles, it's personal.
There are no more veterans of World War I. I'm the last one.
At 108 years old, Frank is the last remaining American veteran of World War I.
When I enlisted in the Army, I was 16 years old. The old sergeant advised me if I wanted to get to France in a hurry to join the ambulance service because the French were begging for ambulance service. I applied and went to Fort Riley, Kansas for training.
Buckles says modestly he didn't do anything of great importance during his 2 years in Europe, but that the men he served with deserved to be recognized.
As important as that the people should know about it.
Congress seems to agree with Buckles. $7 million of stimulus money has been allocated to help restore the decaying monument.
We have undertaken a great many efforts over the course of time, from restoring the lighting on the memorial to repointing the base of the memorial drum with new mortar. We try to clean it up as much as possible. Incoming stimulus funding perhaps will allow for greater development of the site. The foundation is hoping to raise a few more $1 million to create a park for visitors to learn more about the war, which took more than 116,000 American lives.
More American soldiers died during World War I than died during Vietnam and Korea combined. And many people just don't realize that. And there was a large national effort and national sacrifice made in that war that we feel the country, as a nation, ought to honor and memorialize.
And this 4th of July, one veteran hopes you remember all who fought for independence.
I think it's necessary to remember all the veterans of all the wars.
In Washington, Chris Wallace, Fox News.